Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough! So, we've completed all of the new worlds apart from the one that's sitting over there. And we won't be going into it for a long time, as I've said before. Also, multiple things keep turning up at the Colosseum, but we're not going to deal with them. At all, actually. Because I am a lazy sod. So, our first port of call before we hit what is essentially going to be the midway point of the game, we've got to go back to Twilight Town.
Help! The Sandlot! It's Cypher! Somebody please help us!
Well, looks like we're needed. To be perfectly honest, I don't know why they couldn't just, send us there immediately. Save us the trip. But, oh well. It's time to get into quite a reasonably sized fight. Lots of nobodies to defeat right now. And I think it's pretty much from this point onwards that you are basically going to be facing down nobodies, at least a reasonable amount of nobodies in each world. Especially as you return to them, because the focus shifts quite dramatically after the next part of the game to focus on the nobodies, and the Heartless kind of become just a sort of side thing. I mean, there's still going to be like Heartless bosses and all that jazz, but they're not as kind of integral. Also, here we've got a Berserker. These guys can be sods, especially if you're under-leveled. And essentially what you need to do is grab their kind of club things and just be awesome. Just pick them up and berserk away. Now, there was absolutely no reason for me to go into Wisdom form. It was a really, really stupid move. Other than the fact that I just wanted to kind of slide around and just have fun. But, yeah. It's such a stupid move on my part. Just, make it last longer. That's all I really needed to do. Now, I don't know what it is, but for some reason I remember doing this fight on normal and being really underleveled. It might have been on the beginner and just being really underleveled and having a lot of trouble with it. But for some reason I seem to recall it being at the start of the game, and I have absolutely no idea why. My memory of the starts of these games is really poor, if it's years ago.
By the way, have you seen a man named Axel? I expect he's here somewhere.
Like I care.
You see, Axel's no longer acting in our best interest.
Is he with the organization too?
Yes.
You're having a fight?
Not a very organized organization.
Don't let your guard down. Axel will stop at nothing to turn you into a Heartless.
Gee, thanks for looking out for us, mister. But I'm sure we can take care of ourselves just fine.
Glad to hear it. Axel aside, it would break our hearts to hear something happen to you.
Hearts? You don't have any hearts.
True, we don't have hearts. But We remember what it was like. That's what makes us special.
What do you mean?
We know very well how to injure a heart. Sora, you just keep on fighting those heartless.
Let's jump in after him.
How come?
I'm not sure, but maybe he'll lead us to the organization's world.
Don't be reckless. Do you want to end up like Riku?
What? Hey! Wait! What did he mean, end up like Riku?
Hey, how about you get out of my town now? You've caused enough trouble.
Riku.
Have it your way. Come on, guys.
Hold it.
Make up your mind.
This goes
You
to
go,
the
Donald.
strongest guy in Twilight Town.
Thanks, but we don't really need it.
Indeed.
Whoa!
Well, you know, we'll take it anyway. It is kind of pretty.
Oh, Sora! Pence, right?
Do you know a girl named Kairi?
Kairi? I sure do!
Then you better come to the station.
Oh look! Kairi has become important to the plot again. Yay! It really is insane how kind of... Like, even though, I mean, in the first game Kairi was like the end goal, almost. You didn't really see that much of her, and in this game, she's not so much as a goal, and more, she kind of just gets kidnapped, and then you have to go save her, even though she doesn't really completely need your help. I mean, she sort of does, but she doesn't. So, Kairi ends up in a really weird position, and I'd say she's kind of a very difficult character to take, or know how to take, because she's certainly no Aqua, who is a great, well, pretty great female character. Kairi kind of is just lesser,
So, how
which
do you
she
guys
shouldn't
know
really be, but because of what's happened in the past few games, she's ended up being so. But, flashback time!
Kairi was really here?
Yeah. And she said she was looking for you.
Tell me where she is!
Well,
What a romantic story.
If you stick around, Sora's bound to show up.
yeah, he said he's coming back.
Okay.
What took you so long, Kairi? Somehow, I just knew you'd be here. I tell you, Kairi, you've got a lot of guts jumping right into the darkness like that.
Let go of me. Let go.
Oh, Kairi. Kidnapped as usual, I see. Typical.
Kairi.
You think it might have been Axel?
Sorry.
Hey, it's not your fault. Come on, cheer up. Like I can even say that. I gotta help Kairi.
Oh, come on, Sora, you
was
broke
close.
it.
Sora?
Sora, are you okay?
Huh? What?
And so we get to open the way again! Yay!
What just happened? A new road is open, and Kairi and Riku are waiting somewhere along it.
You'd better hurry then.
You coming back?
Promise.
And so we get Oathkeeper, which is a truly wonderful Keyblade that I'm going to be making great use of throughout the rest of the game. And we get booted out of Twilight Town. Now. More plot. I'll get back to it in a second.
Now I've lost Kairi again too.
Don't be sad.
Donald's right, you know. Why, you're the key that connects everything.
So it's all my fault.
Gorge, I didn't mean that. Just do what comes natural to you, and we're sure to find them.
You said it.
Thanks, guys.
Oh no! Hollow Bastion! It's all covered in darkness! You're right, Chipper. I wonder what's going on. Sora! We'd better hurry and check it out right away!
Indeed, we should hurry and check it out right away, but I'm going to go back to Twilight Town because there's something I want to do there. So we said we'd be back. We're literally going right back in. Because there's something that is unlocked to us now that we have done this. So, if you remember way back when we were first here in Twilight Town with Sora, there was the offer of a struggle match. If you kind of set that up then, it is now available to you. However, having said that, it's not quite as cool as it would first appear to be. Because, although you have the option of opponents, you only achieve that option of opponents after you've beaten one person 10 times. Which, as you may guess, is a very, very, very tedious thing. Don't have enough experience to beat Cypher yet. Rubbish. So, we're going to do a couple of struggle matches against Taina. Because when I was doing this, I was just like, ooh, I don't know how I'm meant to kind of progress. So it's just like, oh, if I just beat him up once, then it'll be fine. It'll automatically unlock the next person, or just keep going like that. Nope. Gotta beat all... Well, you've got to do this 10 times, which is just... It's wonderful, isn't it? It's basically just your standard struggle. It's just... It's so, so, so easy when you have Explosion. It's insane. Like, my word. It's just... It's ridiculously easy, and Haina in particular is just a walk in the park. Now, if you want to, you know, complete your Jiminy's journal, then the way you do that is by beating all of these guys and getting 200 orbs in each. I mean, I think it's 100 for Haina, 150 for Setzer, and 200 for Cypher. I think is the setting that you got to go to, but it's kind of so easy to do that you really shouldn't have much of a challenge. Now, if you kind of get slightly bored, you can kind of knock the entire life bar out of these guys, and then they'll be stunned for a period, causing you to be able to, you know, pick up all of the orbs that you like. And hopefully make you finish this thing quicker. But yeah. So we're doing this 3 times because that was about how long it took before I got bored. After kind of 3, I was just like, I ain't doing this 10 times right now. Pff, heck no. That ain't happening. The only problem that I have found with this is that the camera can get really annoying. Because if you're locked on, so it kind of, you know, leads to not being able to get a good view of where all the balls are for you to pick up, which can get a little bit frustrating. So, I mean, basically, at this point in the game, if you want to do all of the struggle matches, you can, but to be perfectly honest, it's not quite worth it. It's just a case of just having fun, and just go progress the plot. You might as well come back when this is even easier, because you can beat the stuffing out of them even quicker, because you're even more powerful. When you leave, you are but the student. When you return, you will be the master. That Star Wars reference does not work at all in the slightest in this context, but I don't really care.
How could I lose?
Quite easily, because you suck, Hana. That is the answer. And at this point, I am done with my struggling for now. I am not fighting Hana another 7 times at this present moment in time. I will, however, do it later, because I would like to show off kind of Setzer and Cypher, but just not now. Just not now. And so we must head out of kind of Twilight Town and move on to Hollow Bastion to begin our kind of midway point. And it's basically, this is the point at which the game does its shift. It turns around our next trip to Hollow Bastion, which is a really cool kind of tactic, and it is quite awesome. But then there is the slight problem of merely returning to then worlds that you've already visited. And even though you get new stuff happening, it's not kind of anything they couldn't have done before, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. It's time for us to head back to Hollow Bastion. Let's do this.